everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Makeup by Mackenzie, and I am Mackenzie, obviously. Today we are doing another Halloween look, and we are doing this very cool, very sultry werewolf look. It's just a really cool look that kind of gets your inner animal out. So if you want to get this cool werewolf look, without any further ado, let's play with some makeup, shall we? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and just jump right into this look. So the very first thing I'm going to do is the eyes, because the eyes can get pretty dark, and so I just want to make sure that I can clean it up and stuff before I do my foundation and all that. I'm going to use the Morphe 35O for this look. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with a transition shade to kind of just lay the foundation. We're going to use this shade right here. And that's going to go all through the crease, and then we're going to start to wing it out on the outer edge. So just starting to kind of pull that outwards. And we're making sure we're bringing it all the way to the inner corner of the crease. And the nice thing about doing a werewolf look is that it really does not need to be neat at all. Because, you know, werewolves, not the most neat, creatures out there. Alrighty, and now I'm just taking a clean, fluffy brush and blending out the edges. Alrighty, and now we're taking that same brush we used for the transition shade, and we're going to go in with a slightly darker brown, which is this color right here. And again, that's going to go all throughout the crease. And again, you can start to wing that out. We're also making sure that this gets all the way in to the inner corner of the crease as well. Alright, so that's what we have so far. And we're going to start going even darker. So now we're going in with this shade right here, and I'm taking a slightly smaller fluffy brush. And that is going in the crease too. And again, it's going all the way in to the inner third of the crease. And we're winging it out on the edge here. Now I'm just taking a clean fluffy brush and going over the edges to blend them out. And it doesn't need to be super blended. This isn't something that, it is a smoky eye, and we typically like smoky eyes to be blended. But it's also okay if it's not blended because, again, it doesn't need to be neat. I find that blended out looks look a little bit more seamless and natural. So if you're going for a natural looking look, then blending it out is probably a good idea. Which, for a werewolf, it is kind of supernatural. I'm not funny. I'm so sorry. I'm not funny. Alrighty. So now we're going even darker. I'm taking a flat packing brush. And we're taking the darkest shade in this palette, the darkest matte shade, let me qualify that. It's the darkest matte shade in this palette. And that's going to go on the outer third of the lid and into the outer V. And we'll blend that out later. And I'm kind of doing it at an angle like this, so you get kind of this lifted effect towards the outer wing that we're doing here. So it's angling downwards towards the lash line. Alright, and now we're taking the brush that we used for the dark crease shade, and we are going to blend that out into the crease. And then when you're blending on the lid, downward brush stroke motions to blend that out so you don't ruin the shape, that diagonal shape that you got there, because that really adds to the look. We're just doing these downward brush strokes that are helping to blend it out without really getting rid of that diagonal. And then we're just going to blend it in the crease here and wing it out with the rest of the eyeshadow. Alright, and that's what we have so far. And now what we're going to do is we're taking a metallic shade, and you could keep this matte, you could keep it completely matte, but I kind of want to add a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glam. Okay, we're going to take this shade right here, and that's going to go on the inner half of the lid. And I'm just taking that on my finger because I find I get the best pigment when you use your finger. But that's totally up to you. Not as shimmery as I was hoping it would be, but I do like the way it looks. But I am going to add a teeny bit of this shade right here on top of it, just to kind of bump up the shimmer a teeny tiny bit. So it's not too much shimmer, but it just adds a little bit more of an oomph to the shimmer. I'm going to go ahead and do winged eyeliner. I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo eyeliner in the shade Trooper. What I'm going to do later after I've done the rest of my face is I'm going to add kind of a new tear duct. But for now, I'm just starting off with the wing. Alrighty, so I have the eyes, at least the top of the eyes done for now. So now we're going to move on to the face, and I already have my face primed because we want this to last all night long. So I'm going to go with the Yadah BB cream for the base. The nice thing about this one versus last week is we're actually using flesh tones rather than trying to look really, really pale. So you can just use your normal foundation for this if you want. Alright, foundation is done. Now time for some concealer. And I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. So now that the base is done, we're going to go ahead and set my face. And I'm just using the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Powder. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and finish off the eyes. The first thing I'm going to do is line my upper waterline with a black Kohl eye pencil. This is the Rimmel ScandelEyes in the shade Black. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to my lower waterline, but I'm going to leave the inner corner blank. So now we're going to go back with our liquid eyeliner, and we're going to kind of create a new tear duct that's like pointy looking. So you get almost like this cat eye animal effect. So the first thing we're going to do is do that with the upper lash line. You can kind of use your natural tear duct as a guideline. And you're connecting that into that wing that you created. So, like that. And if you can make it pointier, make it pointier. And now we're going to kind of mirror that on the lower lash line while leaving a gap there. Alright, so don't worry about how it looks right now because we're going to blend it in with some black powder. So, let's go ahead and do that. So I just realized that I forgot to push play again, and so let me walk you through what I did really quick. And luckily, I've only done one half of my face with contour, so that, you know, we can go over that really easily. So what I did was I took a angled pencil liner brush, and I took this black shade from the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. And I basically ran that along my lower lash line, getting it really close to this new tear duct that we created, and also blending it into the wing on the outer edge here, getting it really, really close in there like this. And then I took a small smudger brush and I just blended that out really carefully until I got the blend and the smudginess that I want. Alrighty, so that's that. And then I moved on to the contour, which is the fun part. And that's where I realized that I wasn't filming anymore. So I'll get you caught up to where this side is, and then we'll keep going. So basically what I did was I took my normal contour shade, which is in the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour palette. I'm going in all of the places that I normally contour, like on my cheekbones here, but the difference is I'm kind of using it like a bronzer as well, where I'm really blending it out and I'm going along the perimeters of my face. However, I'm not touching my jawline at all. And I'm really making sure to blend it up into the hairline so that we've got this kind of seamless finish here. And this kind of acts almost like when you are putting eye makeup on, when you're putting eyeshadow on, you start with a light transition shade that kind of will help to transition between your natural skin tone and the darker shades you're applying. And so this is kind of going to act in the same way for when we start adding on a darker contour shade. Because what we're doing is we're going to kind of create contour with hair, and so what we're going to do is create this darker color here so that you don't have to draw in so many little tiny hairs in order to fill up this entire space. This contour, this dark contour, is going to give the illusion of more hair than there actually is, so that you don't have to sit there and like fill in your entire face with hair. Now we're getting caught up here. And we're going back into our Morphe 35O palette, and we're taking our darker shades. And so I'm using this shade right here as my contour shade. And we're going light and blending it out, and then you can kind of build up the color as you want. And we're doing the same thing with this as we did with the contour. We're going all around the perimeters of the face, and we're really heavily blending it into the hairline. And I'm bringing that all the way up. And then you can kind of start to create a widow's peak shape on your forehead. Now, if you have thinner hair, adding eyeshadow into your hair will help it to look thicker. So for a look like this, where, you know, wolves, pretty hairy, you want to look like you have a lot of hair, so creating that illusion of thicker hair isn't necessarily a bad idea. And what I also did was I took my contour shade, the first contour shade, and I took a angled brush like this, and I contoured my nose and brought the contour all the way up towards my eyebrow. Alrighty, so I'm going to take that brush that we used on our nose, and we're taking that shade that I was using as the contour, and I'm just going to work that into my hairline a little bit more. Okay, and now we're going to go in with an even darker shade just around the edges here, because my hair is pretty dark, and so we're going to want to add a little bit more darkness to that. And so I'm taking that same brush, and I'm taking this shade right here, and we're going to start to kind of blend that along the perimeter here. So we're creating this ombre effect into my hairline so that we don't go from really light to really dark all of a sudden. And just a teeny tiny bit on the nose just to kind of help that match the rest of it. And I'm just going under the nose to kind of start to give it that dog look. So that's what we have so far. And now we're going to start to do little tiny hairs. You can kind of use as many brown things as you have. So I went through and I pulled out all of the brown eyeliners that I have. And I'm going to use those for kind of varying dimension because they're different colors. And then you can also go in with brown eyeshadows to kind of give the look of lighter hairs. So I'm going to start with this one. This is the CoverGirl Perfect Blend Pencil in the shade Black Brown. We're just going to start to kind of make little hairs. You don't need to press too hard. The lighter you press, the finer the hairs will look. Alright, and we're also going to do some on the nose as well, and you really want to be careful with these. You want them to be a little bit lighter. Alright, I'm gonna use a different pencil now. And do the same thing. That's the different thicknesses, the different darknesses are going to help to kind of add depth and dimension to your hairs. That gives it a little bit more of a realistic look. Alright, and now it's time for the eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eyebrow comb here and I'm going to start to brush all of the hairs upwards. Now I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil, and this is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Brunette. And I'm going to start to kind of make more hairs going upward to make my eyebrows more bushy and wolf-like. Alrighty, so now I'm going to take my eyebrow gel, which is just the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel. And I'm going to brush that through going upwards. And that will help my eyebrows to stay in that shape all day long, or all night long. All night long. No, I'm not a singer. Alrighty, and for the lips, we're going to use the NYX Lingerie in the shade Honeymoon. And this is the finished Werewolf look. What do you guys think? I think it's really cool, kind of punk rock, both sultry but also like I'm gonna kill you kind of something like that kind of like scary pretty vibe that I really like about Halloween. What do you guys think of this werewolf look? Has it given you some inspiration for Halloween? Will you be pulling this off for your Halloween look? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, let me know what other videos or topics or tutorials you would like me to do, because I want to do what you want to see. So, let me know in the comment section below. As always, I will have all of the products I used in today's video listed in the comment section below for you to find. I will also have the link to my GoFundMe campaign. 100% of those proceeds goes towards making this channel the best it possibly can be for you guys. So, if you really like this channel and want to help me make it better, please consider donating to that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MUBYMackenzie. And if you like this video, please give it a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like it in the future. Alright, that's all I have for today. Remember, makeup has no rules. They're more like guidelines. So, you do you, boo-boo. Alright, see you next time, everyone. Rare. No, that's a cat. We're just slowly darkening it up. Darkening it up. Yeah, that's the right word. Alright, this is what we have so far. Now I'm just taking okay. So what I'm going to do, I need to go wet my beauty blender. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So now that the, where'd it go? Did I drop it? And got that one here right there. Just like that. We're really hairy, aren't we? Okay.